much.
Commissioner Holbert. Yeah, go ahead, Ed.
Just a little follow-up. Dana mentioned the Bearwise program. That's something that we talked about a little bit, maybe a year or so ago. Dan Gibbs is our bear coordinator, and also here in Region 4. Dan is, along with a lot of other people in the agency and with ABR, Gatlinburg, and all the others, is taking that on to the southeast. And that program is the name and the identity was just funded by the Southeastern Association of Fish and Wildlife Agencies about 3 weeks ago on a regional basis. So congratulations to everybody that's involved in all of that. So I think it's good. It's an education program about living with bears. So if you're in the part of the state that don't have them yet, give it a few years and you'll probably have that opportunity, because they seem to be moving that way. To that, if I can take just 2 seconds to a personal story, I don't know, kind of personal anyway. I was working the lake in the Nashville area. We don't ever see, this is 25 years ago probably. We only had 3 people on the whole lake that day, and we get a call, there's a bear in Cheatham County. Well, that's just unheard of. So anyway, I asked the 2 other officers to go to the bear call, because they talked about the corn was knocked down. Here's what the prints looked like. It looked just like bear. Anyway, they went out there, and turned out that when we got there, the lady said, it was just Granddaddy. He was drunk again. And he had crawled through the corn patch on his hands and knees and looked like a bear. But anyway, we now do have bears occasionally in Cheatham County. So we get the call next time. I'm thinking Granddaddy, I kind of often wondered what he must have looked like. But anyway, just wanted to mention that, and the fact that the Bearwise program is really something else that's going on that's taking on national scope. And in fact, the Canadian provinces in this part of the world are also a part of that. So congratulations to all those folks that are working in that. Thank
you, Ed. Appreciate it. Please, commissioners, please take Dana up on her offer. It's an experience that you will not, I'm not going to publish the phone number, but I'll give it to you during the break. But it is an experience that is very, very remarkable. I think you'd be very, very encouraged by it. Commissioner Holbert, if you don't mind, I'm going to move the agenda around just a little bit. We're going to take a break in just a moment. An item that was inadvertently left off of the agenda but is very important is our meeting minutes and approval of that. You were provided a copy of the meeting minutes in your packets. Do I have a motion to approve or amend those? Bill Swan has a motion to approve as written. Do I have a second? Any discussion from the commission? Any discussion from the public? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. The second matter is Vice Chair Woodson has to leave here shortly. I knew about this in advance, and she wanted us a few moments. Floor is yours, Ms. Woodson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and my apologies for moving this up on the agenda, but members of the commission, the chairman, as you will recall, appointed a governance committee earlier this year to examine 2 primary issues. One, the bylaws for the commission, as well as a thoughtful evaluation process for the executive director. And so just to catch you up very briefly on that process, we had one meeting, a very thoughtful discussion, specifically digging into the bylaws. We will have a draft set of bylaws going around to committee members in the coming week or 2, because we still need some feedback from the agency prior to sending that out. We should, by the December meeting, have a very strong working draft. We expect by February we will be able to have something for your consideration. The second piece of that, I'd like to make the request of the chairman if we could appoint a subcommittee to thoughtfully approach not only the development of the evaluation tool, but also the process of evaluating the executive director preceding that February meeting. And if there's support for that, the committee would be Kurt Holbert, Julie Schuster, and David Watson, who are all members of the governance committee. And I would suggest that Chairman David Watson chair that subcommittee. We'll be working very closely with legal counsel, with the agency, and myself with the committee, but thinking that perhaps a smaller team to dig in a little deeper could help the full committee and then the full commission by February.
Chairman Woodson, thank you so much. and the effort she has put into this is thankless, but I can't tell you how important this is. If there are no objections from the commission, do I have a consensus for this team to begin evaluating both our evaluation process as well as the first steps in Director Carter's evaluation? Hearing none, Chairman Woodson, I appreciate it very much. This is one of the things that we're called to do by code, and it is by Tennessee code, and it's something that has needed attention. We're trying to formalize this so that there's a fair evaluation process, not only for Ed, but for those to come. That's important, and it's something that I think the public wants us to be about, and we should be about. So thank you so much for your efforts.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thanks to David Watson for taking lead on this. And we will not be including the red shirt episode in the evaluation process. We will leave that off of this year's evaluation, Mr. Carter.
What about the comments you made today about my grandfather?
Yep, I'm in complete control of this meeting. Let's take a 10-minute break, and we'll come back and I'll turn it back over to you, Commissioner Holbert, if that's all right. 10 minutes. Thank you.